Hello, there's a very interesting leader in the newspaper today, in the Daily Mail or Sunday Mail, and I think I think it's quite fascinating. It's castigating those members of the Conservative Party who are militating against Boris, and it's saying that there really isn't any alternative. This is something I'm afraid I've been saying for some time, that the alternative is grim. And it says, I'd like to read this to you because it's so fascinating. If their case is so good, why is there such a shortage of credible alternative premiers? Jeremy Hunt, one minister, has described him witheringly as Theresa May in trousers without the charisma. And then it goes on to say the best way for him to show leadership would be for him to come out and condemn the plotting. Rishi Sunak, who once allowed himself to be talked of as a potential successor, has destroyed his own reputation at the Treasury. Foreign Secretary Liz Truss is at best entirely untested. And he goes on to talk about Ben Wallace and so on, and that's it. I find it fascinating, the dismissal of Liz Truss as entirely untested. She's not been untested. She's been tested and she's been found wanting. She doesn't know her own geography. Rishi Sunak has destroyed his own reputation at the Treasury. Well, yes, absolutely. And this leader column tries very hard to destroy Jeremy Hunt, who I think is the only credible alternative. Ben Wallace was emired in the Afghan debacle, and this leaves the way open to others. Now, Liz Truss is at best entirely untested. This again comes down to the issue that concerns me most, that a potential candidate to replace Boris is somebody who the Conservative Party is going to regard as having been tested, as having had a senior cabinet position. That leaves very few alternative candidates. Priti Patel is one. I would not like to see a Priti Patel premiership, all those P's. And I think that is a realistic possibility if Boris is hounded out too fast. Boris needs to recognise his duty, and his duty is to bring up other blood from the backbenchers. As for a possible Keir Starmer premiership, that isn't going to happen unless there's a general election. And there is no call at the moment for a general election. So the thumping on the beanbags and the bashing Boris is only going to have the effect of bringing someone like Priti Patel into number 10, and that, I think, is a fate worse than death. I cannot think of anything worse at a time when there's serious international tension, and when we have to get some serious work done nationally. At the moment, even though he's been booed, even though he is clearly wanting, a lingering Boris premiership may be the best thing that we can hope for. At least he knows pretty well the lie of the land, and at least he's aware that he is not going to go on and on. And that is an extraordinary position for a Prime Minister to find himself in.